What's up, babe?
Not too much. How are you, honey?
I was getting a little anxiety because Dr. Artie said it's not working, and then I started freaking out, but it looks like it is working. Hi, Dr. Artie. Hi, Sarah, Annie, Laura, KTG, Amanda. What's up, everybody? Thanks for being here for this members only stream. We try to think of a way. Unfortunately, I can't do it as just like a YouTube members only because then patrons can't get in. So, there's no really notifications. That's why I posted it again as a link. I wish there was a better way to do this to get everyone together, but I think this is the best way. What's up, Tracy K? Good morning. We're going to talk about, some TV shows. I did a poll, and you guys' TV show was the winner. And then we decided to let's do like maybe shows folks don't know about. We can share them. This will be available on replay, so anyone can watch this. But we'll talk about some shows that maybe we would recommend. If you guys have any ideas in the chat, let us know. But I think before we do that, babe, I'm sure people who haven't seen you in a while are curious to hear your take on what went down in the Alec Baldwin trial yesterday. Can you believe what you
Um,
were seeing?
I, oh, good. My sister just texted me back. Okay. All is well in the world. Um, I just was flabbergasted that we could watch kind of what I feel like sometimes goes on behind the scenes that we don't ever get to see. The inner workings of things, and that we got to watch like the judge deciding in real time, even though I feel that she probably decided over that 2 hour break that she took so that she could, get all that stuff written down and things that she was doing. But it just kept getting wilder and wilder. Like, I thought we were just going to have a hearing. It was going to be like every other hearing. And then the judge was going to be like, yeah, but we're just going to keep going and I'll give an instruction or whatever. But then it got like so much wilder. And I did have to leave a little bit during a little bit because I went to go get you margaritas and I did miss part of it. So I had to go back and watch that.
Dr. Artie, so just a good, we'll give you guys, we got time. We'll give a little brief rundown of what went down yesterday. The defense in the last couple of days, I would say, the defense found out that the state had evidence that was presented to them right after the Hannah Gutierrez trial or during it. It was a little, anyway, some dude comes and is like, I got some of these bullets and I think they're from, they were on they could have been involved, and it's not from Hannah Gutierrez. It's from Seth Kenny and blah 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 blah. So he goes there, and the state, which is with Popple and the guy, the woman who I think kind of looks like Matt Damon, but some people disagreed. Anyway, we see body cam footage yesterday. They're like, this guy comes in who's a former law enforcement. He also says he's a judge. It was weird, but anyway, he comes in. He's like, here's this stuff. So the state takes it and they make like a special folder that's not under the Rust fold, of evidence. Not all with all the other evidence, they make a special side folder and basically bury the evidence. Defense asks for all the evidence. They give that to them. They don't give them this evidence. So it was clear Brady violation, which is like the defense has a right to everything the prosecution has, whether it's relevant or not. If it's involved and it's part of the case, you gotta hand it over, and they did not. So then they have a hearing because the defense makes a motion to dismiss, and they did have a whole hearing. And Morrissey is just the worst. The judge, after she's heard enough testimony about it being hidden, was like, all right, we don't need your testimony if you don't want to. I know I said before we were going to have you testify, but we don't need you to. And then she's like, no, I'm testifying. And she got up there and just lied. I mean, I have a real-time lying where her co-counsel, by the way, if you missed it, resigns in the middle of the day, leaves. She had no idea. She found out about this, what they were doing that the day before. And so and during lunch, there was a 2 hour break. If you missed it, she did an interview on Chris Cuomo. During the break, she's like, guys, we got to drop this case. I don't want to do this. Like, we should drop this case, or we should dismiss it without prejudice. I don't know what the wording was, and they're like, no, we're going forward with this. So she comes back. She goes to the judge. I resign. Deuces, YOLO. She's out of there. And so during the hearing, Spiro is like, "What? I heard your co-counsel resigned today." He's like, and it had to do with this stuff. And she's like, "No, she just didn't want a public hearing." And then we see on Chris Cuomo, he specifically says, "So did you resign because you didn't want a public hearing?" And she's like, "No." She's like, I found about this stuff. I didn't want to go forward with it. Uh, I don't even know what to say. It was
I just thought the most interesting thing is, when do you get to see a prosecutor get on the stand and examine herself? She was like, I will question myself, basically, because defense counsel didn't want to question her. The judge said she didn't need to question her. And so she's like, okay, well, I'm getting on the stand anyway.
yeah, and basically just gives this long narrative trying to explain why it was okay for them to get this evidence and not to disclose it. And the judge was not having it. If you missed it yesterday, the judge was like way involved. She's putting on gloves. She's looking through the bullets. She's asking questions, and it was very clear she was done with Morrissey because Morrissey kept like with her attitude, and then finally just like stop. Like she didn't say stop, but she just like was like enough. Like we're so
I mean, she did tell her at one point in time that she didn't run the courtroom.
it was
Something similar to that effect. Like, you're not running this. You're on the stand. You're not running this right now.
yeah. And I missed it, but I Spiro at some point said, "Is this testimony, or is she just like she was? It was just it was like nothing we've ever seen." And babe, you
He
brought
said,
up
is there an objection, or is she just talking again?
yes, that's it. And babe, you brought up a good point, which I tweeted about today, which was he could have been like super snarky and a total dick, and he really did a good job the entire time, not losing his shit on her because I would have lost my shit on her, and he didn't fall for it.
On all of them. I mean, the guy was really the only guy, was the only witness that was, pretty neutral, that he didn't have a lot of pushback from. But both of the female investigators gave him some pushback, and he did not get shitty with them. And I really was impressed by that, because he definitely had the information on his side. And I think we've seen other defense attorneys in positions where they have the upper hand get really shitty, and he didn't.
And even with Morrissey, just her being like what she Bowles, the last attorney, they almost got into like a fist fight. And I mean, he even brought it up into his closing statement. He's like, "She laughed at me, and this is ridiculous." Like he didn't go down that road.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, me? Should I forget about you? What do you mean? So we're gonna talk about TV shows that we think, and you guys put them in the chat too. Shows that are under the radar, maybe that people should watch. I'm gonna start it out. And the show that I'm going to talk about is the OA. It didn't last. It only, I think, is like 2 seasons, 1 or 2 seasons. It's sci-fi. It's so good. Let me see if I can get like a little synopsis about what it.
Babe loves a sci-fi.
Babe, tell. What did you say? What do I like to watch?
I can't remember how I phrased it, because
Existential
I
Crisis
was
on a
not.
Hoverboard. Was that right? Was
Yeah, I wasn't quite sober when I said that, but it was accurate. I stand behind it. I just can't remember it.
she just thinks I like just like Existential Crisis on a Hoverboard, basically sci-fi. That's like. So the
No
OA.
fat.
7 years after vanishing from her home, a young woman returns with mysterious new abilities and recruits 5 strangers for a secret mission. I highly recommend the OA if you haven't seen it. You liked it, didn't you, babe?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, if you like true crime, you'll like it too, because it's the whole, like, this person returns from being missing, and is, what happened to her. It's kind of like the whole, like, Elizabeth Smart scenario, where she's not talking to the press. So people are very curious about what went on when she was gone, or if she is even who she says she is.
So that is on Netflix, Dr. RT. That is on Netflix if you want to check that out. Then Laura says if you'd like that, you got to try The Expanse on Amazon. All right. If you're making a list, check out The Expanse on Amazon.
I'll put it on there for you, babe. Are there hoverboards?
If there are hoverboards, Shannon is out. What's up, Taryn?
But babe
Hey,
isn't.
hey, Carly, Annie, Amanda, Miss Wildside, Christine, Donna White, KTG. Thanks for being here, everyone. Blair, MJ, Miss Dina. Hoping I'm getting everyone. Um, Laura, so all right, babe. So what's a show that you want to talk about?
Well, I knew you were going to do sci-fi, so I knew you were going to do a drama too, because you tend to like dramas. So I wanted to choose a comedy, and I think we all know how I felt about like the zip line with
So you think you can leave? No, is that what's
yeah,
that? No, what's his thing called?
you can leave now, so
Yes.
you should leave now. Anyway, it's not
I
that
think
show.
you
So
should
I've already
leave.
talked about
I
that.
think you
Yes,
should
I
leave.
think you should leave. So we've already oh, Sarah, I have that one on my list. I love that. I love that show. Orphan Black.
Orphan Black is a show to
Ugh,
check out.
yeah,
Okay.
it's good. I don't think you'll like it, babe, but
Okay.
it's very good. Babe doesn't really like any sort of soapy element into his shows. Then he gets a little taken out of it, and he was, he has to point out all of the atrocities to the script. But the comedy that I would recommend is The Rehearsal. So if you thought that I could not even breathe watching the zip line, like I needed an ambulance watching The Rehearsal. I can't even. So the actor or the creator of the show, the same person, Nathan Fielder. If you're not familiar with him, he's very funny, very dry sense of
Deadpan.
humor.
Yeah, he like
Yes.
you can't tell if he's being serious or if it's a comedy.
Not at all. But if you liked, so you should watch The Rehearsal if you liked Jury Duty. If you liked things like that, you will love The Rehearsal. And you have to stick with it in the very, like, I'm not saying, I hate when people are like, you have to watch 3 seasons before you like it. No, I'm just saying, like, stick with it for like 30 minutes because in the first 15 minutes, you might be like, what is this guy doing? But it's in a similar vein to Jury Duty, where some of the people in the cast know what's happening and some of them don't. And it is so freaking funny.
Yeah, so if you so the idea behind The Rehearsal, this is Nathan Fielder, and it's reality TV, but it's scripted. But like, so he basically recruits these people, and his the whole idea is his idea for this is the rehearsal is like if you have a tough moment in your life, there's something you have to do. Wouldn't it be great if you could rehearse for it first? So one of the guys is like he wants to tell this person on like his trivia team that he lied about something about I forget what it is, but like it's an awkward
They didn't
situation,
have
and
a college degree.
he didn't have a college degree. He told everyone that he had a college degree or something, and he didn't know. So what Nathan does, Nathan Fielder, is he literally creates like a fake bar that's exactly like the bar. Like he literally makes a set. It's like a set on a warehouse. He makes a bar that looks exactly like the real bar that he's going to be at, where he goes forward and does the thing that he's supposed to do. Tell this woman that he lied to her about something, and then they rehearse it with like him and actors.
Actors to play the people. I mean, he really gets like deep into these people's lives and like really it's oh my gosh, you guys, you have to watch it.
One,
If you liked Jury Duty, I'm telling you, you will love this.
yeah, so it's on HBO. And Nathan Field, he had a show on Comedy Central that was so good. So anything with him, and he has a new movie which I never saw with. He had a new movie come out. I forget what. Let me see. Actually, I can check right here. The Curse. I never saw that. I'm gonna have to check that out because Nathan For You was his show on um, Comedy Central, which was just hilarious. So I gotta tell you guys, check it out. Anything with him, we both find hilarious. So
Another thing though, besides Jury Duty, that it you will like is if you like any sort of comedy about theater itself or like acting itself, because there's so many moments where it's just funny because like he's doing method acting and you'll love it.
yeah, and Jury Duty. So if you haven't seen Jury Duty, you're doing yourself a disservice. Like the first thing that you should watch after this stream is Jury Duty. It looks like it's free
Today.
too, free V. So I mean, it's with Prime or whatever. And the idea of Jury Duty is this guy right here. He thinks he's going to jury duty, but the entire thing is an act. It's like the courtroom is a set. All the actors are in on the gig except for him. Every single other person knows what's going on except for him, and he thinks he's legitimately on a jury for a civil trial. And it's the best. It really is. Like if you you know, you guys are true crime. You love this stuff. You know, like juries and stuff. It's heartwarming. It's funny. Like this guy Ronald, is his name Ronald?
Hmm.
He's just a all around good dude. No, don't want to do this. So I couldn't. It was just people, and people kept telling me watch it, watch it, watch it. And I took a little bit, and we watched it, and it was just, if it was anyone other than this guy, I don't know if it would have been as good. But he was just like a genuine dude. Like I would have been fed up, and probably no one would have liked it if it was me. But check it out. Check it out, folks. Jury Duty. It's an excellent show to watch. Kind of like the Truman Show. Yeah, kind of, kind of like that's kind of the idea. Like everyone knows but him, basically.
Hmm.
So if you haven't seen that, check it out. 8.2 on IMDb. I don't know if that's a good rating, but we both loved it. Another show I want to talk about existential dread on a hoverboard. If you haven't seen Black Mirror, we both love us some Black Mirror. This one was the most recent seasons haven't been the best, although the one with Aaron Paul here was amazing, and it's kind of
I
based
didn't.
off. What are you gonna say, babe?
I was just gonna say I didn't think you could make it in a show about shows without mentioning Black Mirror.
You knew I was gonna do it, even though we didn't even talk about it beforehand.
And even though it's not super underrated or under the radar, but
Well, first of all, I don't like your tone. Second of all, this episode, the newest seasons, the first few seasons were amazing. The new couple ones were. This one is loosely based. There's parts of it that are based off of Charles Manson, but it's different. I don't know. Yes, 21st Century Twilight Zone, and I love the Twilight Zone. We both love the Twilight Zone. Henry Bemis is Babe's favorite episode. Um, Guy just wants to read books and then he can't. Sorry for the spoiler alert from a show that was in 19 whatever. Um, I don't know. What do you guys got? Anyone in the chat? You guys got anyone? Mary says Promised Land was so good. I've never seen that. Sounds interesting. All right, so that's the list. If you guys got some recommendations, let me go up in the chat, see if I missed anyone.
um, I think one of the better comedies that we've watched or sitcoms that we've watched lately was Rami too,
Oh, Rami, we
and it's
love.
very underrated.
Yes, good call, babe. Is that the name of the show?
Yeah.
No, not Rami Malek. What's his name? Are you sure that's
Uh,
what it's called?
yes, Yusuf is his last name, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong about his last name. Maybe I'm thinking about soap operas.
No,
Um,
what's the show? What's is that
the
his name?
show's called Rami, isn't it?
Then why is it not coming up?
Because it's Ramy.
Oh, duh. Well, why didn't you say something? There it is. This is a great show.
What's his name?
You're right, Rami Youssef.
Okay.
We both loved this show. This is a really good one. We really like this. I think this is under the radar. We
I mean, it's a family comedy. It's a comedy of, like, it's like Modern Family, but it's
a little
about
a
a
little more
Muslim
edgy.
family. Yes, it's definitely more edgy, but it's about a Muslim family. And so it's very under the radar because, like we typically in the United States, we're just consuming media that kind of looks like us. Um, and it's so interesting.
Take care, Donna. We hope you have a good one too.
So good.
All right, yeah. So in New Jersey, Rami, the son of an Egyptian immigrant, begins a spiritual journey divided between his Muslim community, God, and his friends who see endless possibilities. We really love this show, along with another show that people might not like, but I loved. You know what I'm going to say, babe?
Yeah, you're gonna say Dave.
Yeah, Dave. To me, uh, I love this show. And some of you folks probably might not like. I mean, he talks about his penis a lot. Little dick
If
he
you
is.
yeah, if you're easily like if you don't like crude humor at all, then just don't tune in because
Yeah, if you
it's
don't
I mean,
like
in
crude.
the very first season, he has a very, strange sexual proclivity, and they show a lot of it.
Yeah, so a neurotic mid-20s suburbanite is convinced he's destined to be one of the greatest rappers of all time. Now he's got to prove it. There are not many shows that I've laughed as much as I have during Dave. He is in it. If you know Andrew Santino, famous comedian, he is in it. I seriously like. I like shows that are not
What's her
like every
name's
other.
boyfriend is in it?
Who?
What's her name? Selena. Selena's boyfriend is in it.
Oh yeah, Selena Gomez. Them together are the
Benny
best.
or something?
Benny Blanco.
Yes.
So if you, I don't know, I love it. Mike says, has anyone mentioned The Witness? I have not heard The Witness. Let's see what The
No,
Witness
but
is.
we do have Peacock, so we could watch this. We need to not witness for the prosecution. Okay, The Witness. Ooh, this looks good.
An ordinary man witnesses a cruel murder, becomes entangled in circumstances out of his control. This sounds right up Babe's alley.
Probably watching that today, Mike.
It got an award, Best Supporting Actor. The Soul Awards. Um, Charlotte says,
Yes, Taryn. Dusty says,
"Oh,
is this
Mike
humor
says that's
similar
not
to
it.
Eastbound and Down?
That's not
Yes.
it. All right, so let's see. The
Oh.
Witness,
Oh, well, that looked good though too. The
Peacock.
Witness on Peacock.
It's called The Witness.
That's what he wrote, I thought. Charlotte, I like ghosts as well. Dr. Artie, I did see that you said that I would like Sex Life. Some of my friends watched it and they liked it. I may try it at some point. I struggle that I really don't like any sort of romantic show. I mean, I guess I do like soap operas, but I don't
Is
like
this
just
it?
pure romance shows.
Mike's bringing us right back to true crime. Bill Genovese investigate. Is this what he's talking about?
I would
Investigates the
assume so.
1964 murder of his sister Kitty. The New York woman was attacked while 38 people allegedly did nothing to help her. Whoa. Interesting. So all right, so there's one to add to the list. Charlotte says ghosts.
Yeah, Charlotte, we've also watched that one, Sex Education. Very
Oh, we
good.
love Sex Education.
We
That was a
loved that one.
great show. Love Sex Education. Ghosts. All right, so there's 7.9 rating. He meant something else, but that's good too. Mike, tell me what. I can't find another one. Uh, it's called The Witness or something else. What was the other show that I missed? Charlotte, you haven't seen Sex Education, Charlotte? You
Oh, it's
have
good.
to. It has
Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson. Charlotte, I bet money you would love Sex Education. It's
Yeah, you'd like it a lot.
a
It's so
teen
good.
a teenage boy with a sex therapist mother teams up with a high school classmate to set up an underground sex therapy clinic at school. On Netflix. Highly, highly recommend this show. We love this show. Uh,
Especially the first 2 seasons were so good.
yeah, it was
I
really
mean,
good.
it's one of those that, like, you stick around even after it's kind of not as good anymore just because you love the characters so much.
Plus, a bunch of them showed up in Barbie. Like,
Yeah,
this guy was one of the Barbie
Kins.
guys. She was one of the Barbie girls.
Mhm.
I think there's more than that I'm not. Um. Anyway, it's a great one. Great one. Great one. Great one. Let's see. Did I miss anything else?
Um,
Sarah says, "What we do in the shadows."
mm.
Oh, is this the vampire one? A look into the nightly lives of four vampires who have lived on Staten Island. I've heard a lot of good things about that, so we might have to check that out.
That's really up Babe's alley.
Yeah.
Because if it can be a superhero with existential dread on a hoverboard, that's like, and this kind of gives superhero vibes from this
Oh, and
poster.
Jermaine Clement, this guy, I loved
Oh,
Flight of
yeah,
the
you love him.
Concords. I
Mhm,
loved Flight of the Concords when that was out. That show cracked me up.
mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check out the show. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, you'll like that.
Um,
I'll try it out, Sarah.
White Lotus. Didn't you watch that, babe?
I loved White Lotus. White Lotus was great. And Love on the Spectrum is also great. It is a hard watch if you have anyone that you love that is on the spectrum. It is, and hard in a good way, like, but emotional.
Mastermind.
Mastermind to think like a killer. Is this for real or is he fucking with us?
All right. So now we finally got what he's.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's about Ann Burgess. Is it about Ann?
Hmm.
Follows a specialist in the FBI's behavioral science unit who transferred. That I feel like, babe, you would like this.
Yeah, I definitely would.
It was great. They cracked me up. They were so funny, and it was just another show that was like not. I'm a big fan of shows that are not like every other show, if that makes sense. I don't know. Babe is a big fan of Schitt's Creek. I thought it was okay.
You didn't it that's not really a fair chance when you didn't really watch. You weren't really invested like watching it. It was on and you were in the room.
Oh, Babe likes that show.
True or false? It was on and you were in the you were in the room.
True.
Okay. Yes, I do love It's Only Murders in the Building. Great ensemble cast, great guest stars, hilarious script. Martin Short is freaking comedic genius. Obviously, Steve Martin's funny too, but I die when I watch it. It's so good.
I see a couple of people saying United States of Terror. I've never seen that. I do like Tony Collette.
Yes, that's a good one.
A woman struggles to find a balance between her dissociative identity disorder and raising a dysfunctional family. That seems like it would be good.
It's good.
Um, Presumed Innocent. I've seen that a couple times.
It's good. If you liked United States of Terra, you would probably also like Nurse Jackie. It's
I
around the
like
same time.
we're gonna do a show about TV shows because we're gonna take a break from true crime, and everyone's like, watch these true crimes. But that makes sense. That makes sense. I like Jake Gyllenhaal. I love Donnie Darko. Folks, anyone know about Donnie Darko? Um, Bruno? Are you talking about Bruno? I love what's his name? Sasha Baron Cohen. I did watch that. I feel like, but I don't remember it, to be honest with you. Um,
Hmm. Um, well, my two favorite under the radar crime shows or procedurals are both I think they're both from the BBC. Um, and the first one is The Fall, also with Gillian Anderson. And you're gonna there you go. Freaking so good. If you have not seen it, you need to watch that. So, so, so good. It used to be on Prime. I don't know where it is anymore. The
a lot
Fall's
of
so
people
good.
love Nurse Jackie. Did you watch Nurse Jackie, babe?
Oh yeah. I loved Nurse Jackie. The Fall, and then um my other crime one that I like is Broadchurch. And it has, oh, what's his name in it?
David Tennant,
Yeah.
which we liked. We haven't watched the most recent season. I think someone
Mhm.
talked about this. Is it not the? Is it the? Oh no, what is it called? What's the shit? What the hell is that
Oh,
show?
yes. Good Omens.
Good Omens. We watched the first season of. Was there? I think there's a second one which we did not see, but
Yeah.
I really like Good Omens because that was like I love kind of things that teach me about religion, but they're not so serious about religion. Um, and like it's actually I feel like some of it is. And Babe always tells me, I'm like, oh, is that true? And she'll be like, yes or no. Good Omens. We like that. David Tennant and who's the other guy? Michael Sheen. We like that one. Kind of like Dogma. I love the movie Dogma. So that we like that one. Second season is good too. All right, I gotta check that out.
The Undoing is really good with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant. I agree, Mish. It was the acting is, I mean, you obviously like how can you get better?
Oh, I feel like I was watching
We
that in the
watched it,
background.
baby.
Yeah, I
You
didn't know.
watched it with me. Yes, Laura from Oz Babe just put up one of your favorites about religion.
Righteous Gemstones.
Yes.
Yes, we haven't watched the most season. See, we were way behind. We watched the first season, maybe the second season, and we loved it. But I feel like
Yeah.
there's like a third season. Or I don't know how many seasons. We definitely didn't watch the most recent one. Baby Billy, what's his name? That guy is the best.
Uncle Baby Billy.
Baby Billy. He is so funny. This is a great show. Yes, this has a lot. This is a good show. We like. I gotta watch season 3 though. Righteous. We love Righteous Gemstones.
Babe, is that on Max or Showtime?
Max.
Okay, well, I just got you Max for your birthday, so we can watch that. Uncle Baby Bobby. Uncle Baby Billy. Uncle Baby Billy.
I've actually
Oh.
never seen, and I'm sure this might be his most one of his most favorite shows. I've never seen the one where he's Eastbound and Down. I've never seen that, and I feel like I
Oh,
would
you'd
probably.
really like that because
I
it's about baseball, babe.
I know. I've never seen it.
You'd like it.
Hi,
I don't
Debbie.
know if I want to watch it again, but you can watch it.
Oh, thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
I never saw Sons of Anarchy either, or The Shield. So I don't know. I've not watched. But Walter Goggins is awesome. Walton, is it
It's
Walton?
weird though because remember when you just recently told me that I'm the reason that you don't get to watch any TV, but you're naming off all these shows that are a lot
When
older
did I
than our
say that?
relationship that you haven't seen.
When did I say that?
Remember you said I don't get to watch movies and TV because I'm always watching movies or TV.
No, but that is right. You are always watching movies and TV.
Yeah, you said that. The lettuce is affecting your memory again.
Yeah, but it's true. I mean, I'm not denying that.
But see, all these things came out before our relationship. So what's your excuse?
What do you mean? Because you're always watching the TV. I can't watch it when you're
Yeah.
always watching TV.
But why didn't you watch these shows that existed before we were even together?
Um,
Sons of Anarchy, babe.
because I was
Eastbound and
watching.
Down.
Because I was watching. Wasn't this around Breaking Bad?
Yeah. You could only watch one show?
All right, I really don't like. You need to get some sleep. If you guys, we didn't even have our date last night because Babe was very sleepy, and now she's coming at me, and I don't like it. The Wire. I've never seen The Wire.
Oh, The Wire is so good. Also from
I
before.
whenever I say Breaking Bad is the best show ever, people always say The Wire is the
The
best show
Wire
ever.
is so good. I will rewatch The Wire.
20 episodes a season, Sons of Anarchy. That's a little too much for me.
It is hard to watch TV when you have little children. That's true. Unless you just decide that you're going to let them be traumatized.
Pure trash. Sarah says couple of thruple. Well, what pure trash we watched? Perfect Match. We're talking
Ugh.
about. Is that even a the funny thing? If you guys watch, it's they basically like take these people from like other This is on Netflix. They take people from like other dating shows and they put them on this show and like try to like see who can be the best match, and they have to like at the end of the night they have to like stay in the same room. It doesn't mean they have to have sex, but I the funny thing I what I find the most funny is like Nick Lachey is there by himself without his wife, and he just seems like this creepy older dude that's like watching these younger couples do all this sexual stuff, and I'm like, geez, Nick Lachey. But I'm sure he's making bank from this show, so it's just weird. And we I don't know if you guys have been around since we tried to watch the first episode of Love Is Blind, and then there was the finale, and his wife drove drove me insane. She was like basically like, "Who's gonna have the first baby? Who's gonna have the first baby? When are you having a baby? We need the first Love Is Blind baby." And it pissed me off so much that I never want to see her again. Um, but that's a rant that I guess maybe is Bosch. People saying Bosch. I've never
Oh,
seen.
so good. It's on Prime. I commit to really watching a lot of TV. It's one of my favorite things about life, honestly, is TV, books, media. I love media. I'm a I'm a big consumer of it.
I've never seen. Did you watch Love Island, babe? I don't.
I mean, I've seen so many. No, I don't think I did. That's the CBS. No, I have never watched Love Island. I do watch like the shows that feed into Love Island, I think.
A group of singles come to stay in a villa for a few weeks and have to couple. I mean, that sounds just like Perfect Match, to be honest.
Yeah. It just is kind of like, yes, I love, oh, Dr. RT, I do love Bollywood as well. So something about me is that I love um, soap operas and soap esque type of things from other cultures as well. And those are criminally underrated in America. And like, um, here's an under the radar one, House of Flowers. If you ever watched Jane the Virgin or Ugly Betty, House of Flowers is like another, um, oh my goodness, what are they called? I'm so sleepy.
Telenovela.
Yes, telenovelas.
A
And
wealthy
then
matriarch tries to maintain her family's facade of perfection after her husband's mistress exposes their dirty secrets.
it's kind of like Desperate Housewives, but it's a telenovela.
Babe, what was that show you were watching? It's a true crime one. Did you like that one? It was not. It was not in English. With the woman, and did she?
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know, the missing kid
Is
or
that
the
the name?
kid. No, it's not called that. It's fairly new on Netflix. It was named after a case. It was about an adoptive family and the daughter dies and they're trying to figure out. It's kind of a like a cry in the dark case.
Naked Attraction contestants are naked behind things, just showing their bits, all of their bits, faces hidden, and someone chooses who they want to date by looking at their bits. Wow. But you
I'm
can't see the
surprised,
bits.
babe, you haven't watched that, babe.
We wouldn't. Are you kidding me? Babe is a huge Big Brother fan, or used to be at least. You didn't watch. You're not watching this season, right?
It starts in 4 days.
Oh, I thought it already started.
No, it
Babe
hasn't started
loves
yet.
Big Brother. We once were like, we are gonna cover this, and then there's so much of it, like it's impossible to cover unless you do it like every day, all day, because they have the
The
shows,
live
the
feeds.
live feeds, and we were like, it was so overwhelming. We were gonna try to cover it. We really were, and try to give some commentary on it, but it was just so much to do. Also, I not a fan of what's her name,
Julie Chen.
Julie Chen Moonves. Hi, this is Julie Chen Moonves.
I won't
I
say that.
I can't stand her. I am
I'm
not a
not going
fan
to
of
say
her.
that. She used to just call herself Julie Chen until it came out that her husband was a rapist, and then she started using his last name.
Julie Chen.
It's like
Oh,
she decided to double down
she annoys
on
me.
him.
Oh, and also, well, I won't get into the other reason that
Yeah,
she.
I know, babe.
There's another reason I dislike her. How do I say without?
I don't know that you can.
Okay. All right. Any other shows, folks? Any other shows you want to talk about, or shows that we should check out for? Thanks for being here, everybody, for this members only
Bad
stream.
Sisters on Apple. I wrote it down. I wrote it down, Sarah. Don't worry. Bad Sisters on Apple. One single season. I will check that out. Babe and I really liked Shrinking on Apple.
Yes. Oh my God, babe. Shrinking. Thank you for this. Is such a good show. Holy shit. Shrinking was amazing, babe. Good call. If you have not seen Shrinking and you have Apple TV, you need to check out Shrinking. It's so good. Also Severance. We love Severance.
Mm-hmm.
Barry. We like Barry. We didn't watch the latest season of Barry.
Yes. And Barry is another, like, if you like Barry, then you also like The Rehearsal, I think. Yeah, kind of.
Mm. Dairy Girls, I see. I don't know.
Oh, yes. I saw it. It's on Netflix.
Morning show. That has some big people in it and I've never watched it. Oh, it's about like a
It's the
morning
Crow
show. Got
Files
it.
and Deli Crime.
Colin from Accounts.
Colin from Accounts. Hmm.
A microbrewery owner and a student doctor are brought together by a car accident that injures a stray dog. They agree to adopt, forcing them to navigate each other's vulnerabilities. Who has Dizzy Matt?
Don't worry. I am
Dairy Girls?
writing them all down.
Dizzy's met the Dairy Girls. Are they real? They're what?
I got Deli Crime written down.
Delhi, almost a Delphi. Delhi police investigation is the finding of men who perpetrated the crime based on the Nirbhaya case. Nirbhaya.
Warren on the BBC. Okay. I like anything. I like these cheeky Brits and their shows.
What was that show you made me watch? Killing Eve, right?
Oh, I didn't make you watch that. That was just because you really were into me at that point.
Oh, I'm still into you.
No,
I'm
but
still
like that was
really
back
into
when
you.
you told me that you'd like to read books for pleasure.
Well, that was a
That was a lie, folks, that
guys.
he
Yeah, I told Shannon
lied.
that I mean I used to read, but then I really like lied about how much I read, and me and Babe like read books together. We read The Martian. Ugh,
Mhm.
that took forever.
Such a good book. It's one of my dad's favorite books.
That's
You
probably the
guys, I
last book
totally
that I've
thought like he
read.
was I thought he was a big reader.
I mean, I used, I used
Literally like didn't know until I moved here, meaning that we were already married by the time that I
I mean, I
found out
even got a
a lot.
Goodreads account. Well, we didn't read together. Like we read the book and like talked about it. Like not like
Yes.
together, but like I got a Goodreads. Have you
Yes,
read?
I love the Midnight Library, Laura. He did fake it well. I mean,
I mean,
he's
I actually
very
did read it. I did read
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, he read the stuff that we were supposed to read together. Like we had our own like little book club basically. And he would always suggest books like that he had read before to me. So, I thought he just was really interested in classics. He just
Yeah, I was like, hey, check out this Catcher in the Rye that I read
was a ninth grader.
in ninth grade. What's up, Jennifer?
No, Dr. Artie, this was when we lived in separate states that we had our little book club. But he made me believe that he really was enjoying
I
it.
was like, have you heard of this book called The Hungry Caterpillar? Was it? What was the caterpillar one? Uh, it's this caterpillar and it eats everything. Have you heard of that one? We should check that out on Goodreads. We're gonna have to do it a separate book, but I won't be involved with that
No.
book one because I want to.
I don't know if I've read it or not because I've read so many crime books, but I will look and I will find out.
Have you heard of this book? Dinosaurs Love Tacos. It's one of my favorites.
That was Dragons Love Tacos.
Oh, dragons love tacos. We could do one, but you wouldn't want me there. I'll just shut my face and let Shannon can talk. I won't even be there.
He will give you a little bit on Catcher in the Rye, though.
Yeah, I could talk about Catching the Rye all day. And that's about it.
And you read The Great Gatsby because, or maybe you read the Cliff's Notes. Who
No,
knows?
no, I read the great. I read. Oh, The Leftovers. Babe, we love. Do you remember that? This is another like weird like
Oh, yeah.
this we love. I loved
Yes.
The Leftovers.
Yeah, it was. That's good. Yes.
3 years after the disappearance of 2% of the global human population, a group of people in a small New York community try to continue their lives while coping with the tragedy of the unexplained nature of the event. Yeah, like people just. This was really good. Good call. Spitfire Dragon. I love that show. That's another religion kind of existential thing. When did you move to New York, babe?
2018. In the summer of 2018. We got married February 2018. So we were not in the same state married for a little while. It's just the way it was because we wanted to get married then and I wasn't able to move until June. So
I've heard a lot of stuff about Yellow Jackets. I've never watched it, but I hear people talking about it all the time. A wildly talented girls' high school soccer team become the unlucky survivors of a plane crash deep in the Canadian wilderness.
I think Sloan has watched that. Have you watched Yellow Jackets? Oh, I think you would like it.
Oh, Your Honor, Babe likes Your Honor. Didn't you like that show?
Yeah, it has Bryan Cranston in it.
Now that Sloan is up, and I'm gonna have to do this on a stream because this is a smaller stream. This is a members only. But when we have a big time regular stream, I want to talk about this. One of Sloan's friends said, "What did she? What did her friend say, babe?"
He said, well, they're okay. So I drive the carpool and they're adorable. She has these two friends, like eighth grade boys, and they're adorable together, the three of them. And the one boy gets in and he's like, oh man, my noties are going off. And the Sloan and the other boy immediately are like on his case, like, don't say noties. That's so dumb. Say notifications. Why would you say that? And so I was like, basically, like, Gretchen Wieners. I was like, I'm going to make it happen. So I told him that, I was going to start saying noties. And then I told it to Jay and he was like, it's brilliant. I'm going to say it on stream.
Yeah. So that's our goal,
Sloan is
folks.
really upset about this.
Our goal on this channel now is to make noties a thing. Instead of saying notifications, we are going to get noties to be a thing. Everyone, if you're not checking your notifications anymore. You're checking your noties. Hashtag noties, Notis. Let's make this a thing. Noties. Spitfire Dragon likes it. Noties. Spread the word. That's the new slang that this gentleman created, and we are gonna. People are in. They heard the scream from the peanut gallery. They are in. Stop trying to make noties happen. We're making noties happen. Did you check your note? Hopefully your noties went off and you were able to watch the stream. But if you weren't, if you're on the replay crew, just make sure you're using
Yes,
that.
I'm pretty sure he did make it up. Aiden made that up, didn't he, Sloan? Mm-hmm. She said, mm-hmm. I know he needs to copyright it. I said it's totally going to happen. It's so cute. And when he got out that day, he told me that I am Sigma.
Babe is Sigma. That's a good thing, folks.
He
Not
said that
alpha,
Sloan
not
was
beta.
Omega. He said, Sloan, you're Omega for doing this to me, and your mom is a Sigma.
Take care, Sarah. Oh, she is really mad right now. She's so mad at Shannon. Everyone, we're gonna make noties a thing. Noties. Hashtag noties. Hashtag noties. Um,
Oh, babe, can you answer Laura from Oz's question? Because
I don't even
we,
know what it means. It used to be alpha was the thing, but now it's sigma is the thing you want to be. Why is it? Do you know? I don't know.
um, it's just better than alpha. That's all I know. Our kids don't come on stream because we aren't married to their other parent. So that's why our kids don't come on. They will come on if they're 18, but we really just don't want to do anything where the other parent can be upset by that.
Yes. Let's see. I'll look it up. What does sigma mean?
Yeah, Sigma Riz. Yeah, Riz. I'm not even talking about you.
Sigma is slang word for the best or someone who is a humble alpha male. So clearly I am sigma. What's up, Kraken?
That is so true, Disney nerd. It is seriously the best being an aunt. I love being an aunt. I love my nieces and nephews so much because like I can do all the fun things with them. And then like when they're having a meltdown or something, I can be like, peace, see you later. It's the best. And I just think like my nieces and nephews are like the coolest people because I don't have to like feed them 3 times a day, pay for anything besides gifts for them.
Mish, that's a good point. Saying I'm sigma is beta. Yeah, that was skibbity suspect.
Skibbity toilet.
Skibbity toilet. Next thrifting show. Good question. I think it's gonna be coming up soon because guys, guess what? Next week is now open. We were supposed to be streaming for an entire week and now nothing. And I've had a few solds that I want to share with you guys. So I think next week we'll definitely do a live about some thrifting stuff.
We
Babe
should
can talk.
probably go like today or something.
Yeah,
Not today.
not today.
Saturday is a terrible day to go.
Yeah. Babe, you could talk about the Santa Claus that you sold. She sold, what are they called? They're like the
Blow
old
molds.
blow molds. Have you ever seen, like, they go for a lot of money?
Vintage blow molds
Blow
from like
molds.
the 50s and 60s. Christmas specifically. They do have them for other holidays, but Christmas sells the best probably.
And they're a bitch to pack, though, right, babe? How long did it take you?
I don't know, probably over an hour. Well, first of all, I'd been storing it in the garage, which wasn't my brightest idea. Right
Whoops.
before I left, right before I left for Kansas, I almost took this off my eBay because I was like, I do not want to ship this thing because I had sold another one. I sold a snowman and it was wildly successful. Like I found these on the curb. So I ended up making on the snowman, I made like $125, which was amazing. Then I had the Santa up for over a year and it was in the garage. So I knew I was going to have to clean it and it was going to be a beast to pack and ship and everything. And I almost took it off of eBay. And I was in Kansas for a day and it sold. It was so weird, like no traction on it whatsoever. But as soon as I started thinking I might take that off eBay, it sold. And so I came back. I had to clean the whole thing up. It was very dusty. I had to um, wrap it all in bubble wrap, wrap the cord, take the light bulb out, wrap the cord so that the cord wouldn't disrupt the thing. I had to make my own box because we didn't have a box that was big enough.
Frankenbox, we call it.
That's a Franken box. And you guys, it only weighed 9 pounds. Like it barely weighed anything. But I had to pay equivalent shipping for something that weighed 105 pounds.
But it weighed 9 pounds, right?
It weighed nine
So how
pounds.
much was the shipping again?
The shipping was $112.
$112.
And unfortunately, I charge shipping. I always charge shipping, but did I charge calculated shipping for this? No. I just guessed on based on what I paid for the snowman, which I was able to ship the snowman for $89. And that's because the person who bought the snowman was like in New Jersey or something. And this person was in Washington State. So
So you got it
I
for free, right? You got it was like a
got it for
was it
free.
a
I
trash thing or
sold it. Hmm?
was it a marketplace free thing or a trash like you found in the trash?
Trash. I found it in somebody's trash.
So and
I
so
mean,
you
outside of the trash bin, obviously. But I will never. I can't believe I didn't just take it off of eBay because I never have big things on eBay anymore. Ever since like a couple years ago when shipping really changed. So I ended up only making after fees, after shipping overage that I had to pay, after promoted listing fees, I only made $26 on it.
oh god, 26. We've all been there, at least resellers where like that's
And
why like I sell
when
this
she
stuff
bought
now.
it, she spent $174. You guys.
That's why I sell this stuff now because it's so much easier than I used to sell VCRs. They were a nightmare. Uh,
Thanks, Kraken Studio. And then I'm still like so nervous about it. I think it's supposed to get there today. But this is the kind of thing where most of the time, because I buy so low, if something would happen, like it would break or something like that, I'm like, okay, I can refund you. It's not a big deal because I'm not out any money really. Like the cost of goods was low. However, if this gets where she wants a refund, it's going to be a problem for me because I would have to refund her original shipping. And so I would be out that twice. So hopefully it will get there okay. Also, I always worry whenever I get a message from a buyer and she messaged me like the day it was supposed to ship. I was a day late shipping it. And she messaged me that day and I was like, oh no. And I already knew like I'm not going to make much money on this. And I almost canceled the sale. So I hope that's not going to be like just like how I almost took it off eBay. Sometimes my spidey sense goes off and I don't listen to it.
all right. Well, it's been an hour. We hope you enjoyed this members only stream. We try to do some special stuff for you guys, something like this, where we talked about movies. We hope you guys liked it. I was able to set up. I didn't think I could, but I was able to set up a portal. Not that, but Steve has a show. I think at like 5 today. So if you want to check that out, he's talking about Rust, and I think he has some special guests. So if you guys want to check that out, make sure you're subscribed to Publicly Buzzed. We're gonna work on. We'll definitely do a thrifting show next week. We got to figure out what we're gonna do, but we're gonna be doing something. And now Babe needs to take a snoozle before she yells at me some more. Thank you guys so much. We love you and appreciate you so much for.
Oh, Joe has a show right now, I
Oh,
guess,
Joe has
babe.
a show now. I could portal over into that. Let me see. Oh, he's not coming up on my right now. Let me see.
That's what Dizzy says.
I believe her. I just can't
I
find
know.
it.
Thank you guys because I have another list of shows that I want to watch.
Oh, he's not Joe.
Yeah, Tracy, I feel you on that.
Oh, there's only one that I have that's coming up. That's upcoming. Oh, right. It's like right now. All right. Check out Joe's show. And thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, and we'll catch you on the next
You guys
one.
are the best.
And we really appreciate your guys' support. Like seriously, without our patrons and Super Bowls, we'd be done. So thank you so much, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you guys.